What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mode video. So today I want to talk about the Fearless perk that is coming in for, I believe, Season 3 or Season 4. One of those things. I believe it's going to be Season 4 maybe, because we usually get it on the off season. But yeah, I want to discuss it because I know a lot of people might be interested in using this once it comes out, but I'm honestly starting to believe that this perk might be one of the more pointless ones. Kind of like how unit support is. So Fearless is basically the new red perk that simply just, makes you immune to anything that decelerates you. So for example, thermites and disabled, two things that are very notable in slowing down your movement, are not really going to have an effect on you at all. If it says immune, I'm assuming it just means totally immune, where like, even if you're shot with disabled, you're not going to feel any slowness, or even if you're hit with thermites, it's not going to slow you down at all. And I know you guys could also include that little ice thing, that little spinny tactical thing that slows down your movement as well. So you might be immune to that, but the whole reason why I believe that this perk is kind of pointless is just mainly the fact that, these are like very one-off situations that you're ever going to get into. And I say that because, knowing my experience from playing ranked this entire season, for the most part, I didn't face a lot of people that had like the disabled perk. There wasn't really a lot of RPD users out there. The current meta really just involves the CBR, the Krig, and just other various weapons. In reality, just anything that's not an LMG where disabled will be at its most effective. So that's one thing you have to rule out. I mean, yes, there are going to be people that use disabled on their Holgers or whatever LMG that they're using, but it's going to be a very rare occurrence, especially in ranked, since that's not really part of the meta. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to be meta, but maybe at some point it will, but I don't really see that happening as of right now. And yeah, that's the disabled part. But when we talk about like stuff that slows you down, such as those little, ice grenades and all the thermites and I mean, whatever else is out there that could slow you down. Again, we kind of come to a time where thermites aren't really that useful anymore. So most people are just going to use either Molotovs or they're just going to use C4. Of course, this is kind of like a little bit of anecdotal stuff, but when I was playing ranked, those were like really the only two lethal equipment that I would see. I mean, I like, if anything, I didn't have a single thermite thrown at me throughout the entire time I was trying to grind legendary. And even when it came to like the later parts of the progression, once I started reaching master and grandmaster, like again, like there was no thermite in sight. It was just mainly C4 and just Molotovs. So the whole point of this video, talking about the Fearless perk, is just the fact that it's really going to be pointless because, again, like I know a lot of people are going to use this more for the deceleration purposes, but at the same time, like you're never really going to be put into those situations as much as you think you would. However, there is a secondary effect with this perk as well. It also does reduce a lot of burning damage, but it also depends by how much, because at the same time we have flak jacket as well. So again, like it does reduce burning damage by a bit. So really, if anything, they didn't have to add a perk like this in the game at all. They could have just, buffed flak jacket to add all those types of different things. Or, they could have added like tac mask or something to, or like they could have like, I guess, made adjustments to tac mask to reduce the slowing effect of certain items. Because again, with flak jacket, you already get reduced burning damage from Molotovs as well as thermites. So there's no real point on adding it on a separate perk. And again, when it comes to slowing effects, I mean, that could just easily be added into tac mask. You don't have to make another perk just for that. It's kind of like a 2-in-1 deal, but the only difference, I guess, is just the fact that you're still gonna feel the full effect of like a flash grenade or like a concussion, as well as feeling the full effect of explosions. But again, it's just giving you like all the side stuff from like the other perks and just putting it into one thing. I think what they should have done here was just add like a completely different perk. I know it wouldn't be overkill because that'll probably throw the game completely out of balance, but it's still, again, like they didn't really have to go through all the extra work of just adding a separate perk. They could have just, adjusted the other ones, and I think it would have been fine. But again, if they're adding this as like some sort of separate perk, it also depends by how much the fire resistance is going to be. Is it going to like reduce it down to like a crazy amount to the point where you don't feel anything? Or it's just going to be just as much as flak jacket? But once more, time will tell what will really happen with this perk. Hopefully they can make some other adjustments to it, but I doubt that they will. If anything, they should just scrap it in general. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, because I'm actually curious to hear what that happens. Of course, I'm going all based on anecdotal evidence. I don't really know how often you guys face people with like disabled perks and anything that slows you down. But yeah, I'm actually curious to hear what you guys have to say. So anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful day. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.